At a few minutes after 1:30 this afternoon, air traffic controllers and representatives from the Public Service Union waited at the airport checkpoint for approval to enter. They were scheduled to meet with civil aviation officials at the headquarters on the PGIA compound. We are told that this is the first time these air traffic controllers have been allowed on site since they called in sick on Saturday. On Saturday, civil aviation officials were forced to call in former employee Rick Cocom to take over the control tower after the rerouting of 2 international flights, cancellation of local traffic, and near panic at the PGIA. Cocom, who resigned after 29 years just a couple years ago, told us that he received the call early Saturday morning and arrived at the PGIA at around 10.
There was officers there, at least about, I think about 6 officers, junior officers that work in the aeronautical reporting office. They are the one that get the flight plans to the plane and coordinate with the coordinating center so that we could have a coordination for the arrival and departure of traffic. But when I arrived there, everything appears like I heard that they mentioned that there was a delay and there was a lot of cancellation and no operation starts about 10. I arrive at about 10 and operation starts almost at that time immediately, and we have all the local traffic within Belize, Tropic Air, Malania, all the other traffic that was already in operation, and there was already someone in the control tower that was doing, and it was a Belizean. He's qualified. He's there actually for 29 or 30 years already, Mr. Victor Marina. He's one of the seasoned controller that we have there. And the young lady that was there, she was also she just came back from training air control, so they were already up there.
Cocom took over operations in the air control tower and the radar room, working all day Saturday and Sunday to direct uncontrolled plane landings and takeoffs.
There was a lot of traffic. I never worked like that to say before in my life as a air traffic controller while I was there, but I just think the experience kicking. I know that many people would question about qualifications and this stuff, but they should have questioned about the unsafety of the skies. There were so many innocent people coming in, and they could have avoided all kind of mishap. They could have been an air disaster if no one was there.
While at a press conference on Saturday, officials from Civil Aviation and Tourism claimed no warning or clue, COLA President Giovanni Brackett says that the frustration of air traffic controllers has been building for months and is well documented, though apparently ignored by management.
For years now, they have been having several meetings with the management, and as far as what has been relayed to me is that they have made it very clear to the management that one of the biggest problems that they have is a shortage of professional qualified controllers. According to them, if you exclude supervisors, there are 9 qualified controllers between the tower control and the radar room. One of those individuals are on the verge of retirement. There are other issues of salaries, of increments that they have not received as yet. And there are other issues of which I find this one to be very serious, is that there is a faulty radar system in the radar room where the tracks sometimes disappear. That's very serious. Sometimes, allegedly and according to what I've been told to me, is also that you have faulty headsets. Now, if you can't communicate to the pilots.
According to Rick Cocom, the situation was critical because of the lack of trained personnel. But there is always a plan if the PGIA would have had to shut down completely.
It's very crucial because Belize have a limited amount of controller. We're not like the other countries compared to Salvador and Guatemala. The controllers they're up to over 100 controllers that are there now, and I think the last time, and they have several times that they have strikes. Well, I didn't call this strike. This is some sickness that they had, right? So, but over there, for example, in Guatemala, we have controllers that have went on strikes or go slow, and they actually got them fired because it is very critical, air traffic services. But if the airport had been closed, all aircraft that was coming in was going to be diverted to alternative airport. All aircraft that comes have a flight plan that will have an alternate airdrome. If in case they cannot land at their point of origin, they will go to the alternate, and they would have enough fuel to do that. So if the airport had been closed, we had the official that was there that sent out a notice to airmen that would inform all adjacent airports that Belize is closed due to whatever situation.
We understand that on Saturday, 3 air traffic controllers were flown in from El Salvador, and it is believed that they are in place currently since Belizean air traffic controllers have yet to be reinstalled. Mike Rodon